Hi guys! Welcome back to
Risas Con FE.
I'm Faby.
And I'm Evelyn.
And today our special guest is...
Me.
Not the me.
It's me. I'm Ronnie, by the way, guys. Yes, it's me.
This is...
Ronnie?
This is Ronnie. He is my husband.
Yay! Welcome.
And we dragged him into this. We're forcing him. Just kidding.
No, I'm not forced. I was voluntold.
We're gonna interrogate him.
Yes. Today he'll be joining us and we're gonna ask him some questions and get to know him.
All right. I'm ready for any question you guys got for me.
Give us your social.
Yeah.
Just me.
I'm always telling myself I'm introverted, but I don't know. Maybe I come off as extroverted sometimes.
Oh, you were saying you're extrovert sometimes? Or
Yeah.
some may say?
Yeah.
Does it depend, like, if you're around people, like certain people?
I guess so, right? I mean, it just depends. I guess I gotta read the room and read the person before I can code switch, I guess it is, right?
Not
Or like
code switch.
code switch, I don't know, or behave to a certain person's kind of character, I guess.
True.
You know, because if I don't know, if I don't want to come off as a too loud of a person, it's like, oh man, I don't know, come off as weird.
True.
I don't know. I guess it just depends on the person I'm with, or the person I want to interact with.
Yeah.
Depends on the vibes.
Yeah.
It really depends on the energy.
Yeah, and also what you can and cannot say.
Yeah.
Because, like, I feel like with us, we can talk about anything and we don't get offended or, you know?
Oh yeah,
It's cool.
Yeah.
There's some people that like you can't joke with. 'Cause-
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why like when I meet someone, I kind of try to get a feel for them, you know, see where they stand on things, and you don't want to release everything at once because it's like you don't want to be like, oh man, I hate chicken, and the guy is like, what? That's crazy, me too, and like, oh, there's something to match with, you know, and then I don't know. I guess it's always figuring out what to say at the first. At first.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just me.
So, do you want to say a little bit about yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not? Well, 30 years old.
30?
30.
Damn.
Fossil. But, dude, I know. My knees feel it for sure. Yeah, well, I'm 30 years old. I'm a mechanic for Mercedes, and we've got 4 children. And, yeah, I guess, I don't know what else to really throw out there. I mean, I like to play video games and stuff here and there. That's like my pastime. I like to shoot guns and stuff.
No,
I don't own any,
guns.
but I like to shoot them. The
I
homies
want
have guns.
Eh.
Machine gun or what?
Just like, no.
The Mac 10. What's the one that Ice Cube shoots? The Uzi?
Oh, heck no.
Oh, yeah. What kind of gun would you get if you were to get a gun?
Oh, dang, I don't know that. A cute little one. Eh.
Oh, my God. The one I could put in the purse
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
next to the Cheetos.
Yeah, I want a pink with the Cheetos.
The hot Cheetos.
We're like shooting it with my hot Cheeto fingers. Like, yeah, go back to your house.
It's like, hold on.
Literally.
Can't hit him with the Cheeto dust.
No, but for real, I want like a pink one or like a purple,
yes,
light purple one. That'd be cute.
Pink one.
Oh, they're cool.
One day.
Yeah, someday.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow. You never know.
I was telling Fabi we should go to a shooting range or
Oh yeah.
out in the desert. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just went out with the homies not too long ago. Was it like last Sunday?
Yes.
Yeah, we went out last Sunday.
Ooh, how was
And,
that?
It was very fun. Everyone has so many things to shoot, and I like just shooting people stuff. It's great.
Yeah. And fun fact, you used to be an RSO,
Mm-hmm.
a range safety officer.
What?
Yes, back in
2018?
No, before that.
2017?
2016.
Oh, wow.
No, yeah, you're right. Like 2016. Yeah, 2016, 2017. And yeah, I did it for a long time. I was doing that in the morning. And then I actually had 2 jobs during that time. I used to be a utility porter for a casino.
Nice.
So at night, a janitor. In the morning, making sure people don't shoot themselves. And
Right.
yeah,
Shout out to Pro Gun Vegas.
you guys are the best. Shout out to Bobby. Grace.
Sponsor us.
Grace, Liz, all the guys there. Victor,
Yeah.
y'all know who you are.
That's cool. So, I mean, maybe you can, like, make sure we don't shoot ourselves.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time, dude. Oh yeah, big time. Yeah.
Don't grab it like that.
I
Yeah.
had a successful career. No one got hurt, so I think
Yay.
only me. I know. Yeah, I got so many stories, but yeah, it was a really fun career, and I used to do that a long time ago.
Very
But,
nice.
Yeah. And for those that don't know what a range safety officer is.
They're the guys that when you go to the range, there's always those guys that just watch over the shooters, and they're just pretty much making sure shooting safe, you know, making sure they're not flagging anybody, and you know, making sure the things they got are proper, you know, nothing that's against state regulations and stuff. But yeah, you know, it's really easy job. I loved it. I wish I could have done it forever and to this day. But
This week, the highlight of my week was reaching 1,000 followers on TikTok.
Congrats.
milestone.
Yeah.
And being able to join the TikTok affiliate program.
Wow, look at you.
Very
Fancy.
Very cool.
Important.
Yeah, there's people that do it
Yes.
for, they try to be like, they'll join TikTok and they'll do it for like months. They can't even hit like 500 yet.
Yeah,
And you did it within like, what, 3 days?
that's pretty cool.
It's pretty outstanding.
I was working my little thumbs off.
Yeah, legit. She got out of the shower, she was like brushing teeth, she was smoking a cigarette. Legit.
Yeah. What about you? What's your praise report?
Brace for this week? Well, I don't think I got much. I mean, I worked really hard.
Yay!
And no, it was a good week. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, nothing special, you know, nothing too wild this week,
That's good.
you know.
Okay.
We like a
Okay.
calm week.
Yes, we had a calm week.
That's
Got a car. That's just one. I forgot to mention. Yeah.
Congrats.
Yes.
That's a good feeling.
Yes.
Yeah.
New car.
Yes.
I want to see it.
Dude, no one has seen it. We don't even have it yet.
Oh, okay.
I know.
You're like, we haven't even seen it.
Yes. Yeah, we went to go to the dealership last night, and it was from my employer, obviously from where the dealership I work at. And it was
It's a Mercedes. Imagine
you know, yeah, I wish, but yeah, I work at a dealership, and they had a really hot deal on a car, and I was like, oh, dude, we had to jump on it. Talked to the guys there, and the salesman Townsend really sold me on it. He helped me out a lot, and he got us a really great deal.
That's good.
And we weren't even looking for a car, right? Well, we were, right? We've just been up and down with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we were just always like, oh, a nice car would be nice. A new car would be nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, our car was kind of like acting a little shaky here and there. And then my little Jeep got like 350,000 miles on it. I think it's about to turn into dust.
Oh, heck no.
I know, literally. Like when you're driving, the wheels like.
You're about to.
Yeah, literally, you're like, which wheel's gonna fall off today? Like,
That's funny.
but yeah, it's a 22 Honda Pilot. It's extremely exciting.
Yay. How many seats does it have?
This one's
7.
Oh,
7, I
okay.
believe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, they're big cars. Yeah,
Good.
it's the EXL.
Yeah.
Ooh, fancy.
Very
We can't get away with a 5-seater because
I know,
there's 6 of us.
I know, yeah, it's a family of 6. Yeah, we used to do it with what was it? No, we never had a small car. Never really.
In the beginning, before we had 4 kids.
Well, yeah, that was yeah, we had a Beetle. Remember my Beetle?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Oh my God,
It was stick shift.
I was stick shift, and I
Yeah.
turned into like a little off-roader.
wow. That's cool. What happened to it?
I blew it up. No, but let's kid. Yeah.
What?
No, I think we sold it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we sold
We
it.
sold it.
Yeah, it needed AC, and then like
Oh.
it needed like a check. I think the check engine light came on,
Oh.
and like, at that time I was kind of mechanically inclined. But I was just like, bro, I don't want to fix it anyway.
What about you? What was the highlight of your week?
I think it was an okay week. Okay week. Me and Delilah did our own Bible study.
Oh.
Very cool.
Yeah. So we decided to like open a random page, whatever, and we landed on Psalm 17. which is really nice. But it's crazy because like this week has been a little bit tough, and like this is what it says. It says I call on. Well, it's Psalm 17:6. I call on you, my God, for you will answer me. Turn your ear to me and hear my prayer. So it like it's crazy because like what I've been going through. So like I was like, dang.
That's good.
He knows.
Yeah.
He knows. But it was an okay week, and always gotta be thankful and keep moving forward, you know. But yeah, I think that's it. Oh, Delilah had a field trip on Thursday, so I took the day off of work, so that was nice. We went to an orchestra concert at the Lee's Family Forum where the lacrosse game was at. So it was really nice.
What did they play? Did they give you like a song list?
No, they didn't. It was like a murder mystery thing. So they were telling a story while the orchestra was going.
Ooh,
So it was really
cool.
nice. Yeah, something different. But we enjoyed it, and I think that's about it.
Very fancy.
Yeah.
I used to love orchestra as a kid.
It's nice.
You used to play?
No.
No?
I always had PE, probably because I was fat.
I
No,
had
for
PE
real.
too, but like I never did nothing.
No, but like, because people had like the first semester had PE, and then they would switch to like orchestra, band, or whatever. And I always had PE, and I'm like,
The whole year?
literally, and I was like, is it because I'm fat? Like, that's outrageous. I felt like it was because of that.
Really? Put down the tuba, give her a dodgeball.
Make her run the mile 3 times.
Oh my god. They're like, we know you don't want no more banda.
You fucking Mexicans. Imagine.
Oh my god.
Well, what about the mile, you guys? I always struggle with that.
Dude, I regret being a kid and not running it.
Really?
Like, I had no effort in me as a child. Or as a teenager. I was a bum.
Same.
Like, I hit all my potential.
But how many minutes would you do it in?
Well, I never know. I'd take what? The class was like 33 minutes, probably like 31.
Son.
Literally, I'd walk it with the homies.
Oh.
Lames.
But what about you?
I think mine were always like 20 minutes,
Yeah.
like 25 minutes.
Damn.
I don't remember. Mine were like 15 minutes.
15
yeah.
minutes.
I could never, ever pass it.
Yeah, me neither.
If you were to run them out today, where would you be at?
Fucking 35 minutes. I'm just
Oh,
kidding.
damn.
No, I don't know. Today, I don't know.
What about you? Yeah.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
You'd run it right now, don't you? Kind of.
I walked it in 20 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
What?
Very
That's
good. Very
good.
good.
What about you?
What did I tell you last time? I ran it the other time.
Well, we have to run it like under 12, no, I think.
Yeah, it was like 12 minutes. Yeah, like
good.
12, 13. Yeah, but at the end, I'm having like an asthma attack. I'm like,
Fucking hyperventilating.
literally goldfish, dude.
So how did you and Faby meet?
That was through a friend. You were talking to my friend, right? My friend was talking to you. Oh yeah, my friend was talking to you. You weren't talking to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you were just bored. You were like, oh, who is this guy? Right? And well, one day he hits me up and he goes, hey, dude, what did he tell me? I wanted to cruise a strip, right? That's what he had said. I can't remember. Well,
I don't know.
I can't remember. He told me that like, oh, you want to chill or something. And I was like, yeah, I guess so. Why not? I mean, I wasn't doing anything at home. Just getting fat. But literally didn't do anything as a kid. And so yeah, I guess why not, dude? And yeah, he picked me up, and I remember like he picked me up in my driveway, and then I think you were in the passenger seat of his little, it was like a '93 Nissan Sentra. Those things were tiny, like little buckets, like tiny buckets, and he had like a sound system. I think he had like laser lights in it for some reason. I don't know. Homeboy was paisa, and he had like hubcaps on the thing. Crazy ass dude. And I remember he picked me up in it, and he was driving, and she was in the front passenger seat. All I saw was like a big ball of red hair. I was like, oh, who's that?
My redhead days.
Oh, dude, like red is now. But nah, she was like a cherry bomb back in the day. Literally like a red. And then I think it was Anthony next to me on my left. And yeah, I mean, that's how we met. And then we just ran out to the night, and these guys were acting like straight up hooligans. And the next day, I think it was the next day, right? You added me? Or I added you on Facebook?
No, and then the next day we went to the...
Oh, the car meet. And the mountains. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was the next day? Wow, happened so fast. Yeah, it was the same thing. He picked me up. I think that's what oh no, actually, I drove there. Yeah, we drove there, and then we hung out there, and long story short, we went to the mountains, and we're in the mountains. Not even the mountains. This is like a cave back in the day. You can't access that cave no more. It's gone. But yeah, I know.
What were we doing in the mountains, in the caves? I don't know.
Looking for a damn little bobcat or something. I don't know what. For real, turning into lunch.
This was when I was 17 and Ronnie was 18.
Yeah, I was like freshly turned 18.
We were dumb teenagers.
I don't know what we were doing. But yeah, we were in the caves, and we went in there, and then like we were trying to get in the caves, do all kinds of crazy stuff, I don't know whatnot. And she had hit her head in the cave. She had like legit, like there was like a rock. She said, "Doctor." And made a
I
dent.
stood up and I forgot we were in a cave, and the cave was like really low, and I just like got up like nothing, and I just went boom like on top, and
Literally
I was like,
dented her head and everything, bro. And nobody said anything to her. They're like, just move. And it's like a cave that runs straight through. I don't know. It's a weird layout, but anyways, we got out of the cave, and she was like, I think we're sitting on a rock, right?
yeah. So then after like being almost knocked out, like everybody else was like walking around and stuff, and like I was just sitting because I didn't want to. And then he came up to me, and then you were like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, okay."
Did no one even tell you anything? No. Everyone saw you almost get decapitated. We were like, damn. I was like, wow, she almost died. I was like, okay.
Oh, and then Ronnie went. He's like, "Are you okay?"
So you okay there, pal?
Yeah. And then later that night, I found him on Facebook.
Crazy.
And I added him and I messaged him, and the rest is history.
Yeah.
Aww.
And for the record, she wasn't even dating the guy. And
For the record.
yeah, it wasn't official. Never was. Yes. Okay. Let's let it be known. And yeah, and just went on from there. We got together. We used to hang out at the mall where she worked. I got her fired. Yeah, it was funny.
Are you exposing me?
Yeah, legit. We were like hanging out, and she worked at like clothing, not even clothing, like purse store, right?
Like a purse, like a handbag boutique.
Yeah, we were hanging out there, and I think the guy next to you snitched, right? The jeweler. Well, both of them. Well, that guy's gone too. That food store's not there. And yeah, he snitched her out. She got fired. Yeah, here we are today. 4 kids later.
Bro.
I know.
Dang, that's nice though.
Yeah, she made the first move, by the way. Yeah, I wasn't gonna do it.
I know.
She's like, you know what? I like you. Come here. Kiss me.
Dang. It's like, I don't care if you like me.
You're brand new, no miles? Why not? Let's see.
Like that movie. Have you guys seen Norbit?
Yeah.
With Respucia?
Yeah.
Get your ass up and hold my hand.
She's like, you're mine now. Me over here like,
Yep.
oh, okay, first. I guess I'm yours.
Against my will. I was like,
Guess I'm taken.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
so
And,
it's been what? 13 years since you guys met?
13 this year?
Since 2012, yeah.
13 years this year. Yeah.
That's
Been
crazy.
together for 13 years.
Yeah.
She's my first girlfriend. Like officially first girlfriend and everything. First wife, everything.
Wow.
I
She's
know.
like, I hope
Only
so.
wife.
The only wife. First and only last wife.
Yeah.
That's nice. I hope God keeps blessing you guys in your marriage, your family.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I've seen like, because nowadays it's like, hard to see men that help their wives. I remember one of the first times I went to your guys' house after like we hung out, like all three of us, I think. Ronnie's like, oh, sorry, because Elea was playing and she knocked over the mop, and Ronnie's like, sorry, I was mopping earlier, and I was like, what? Like that's super nice. I mean, we should all be doing that, but some people think their wives are slaves.
Yeah,
partners.
that's a thing nowadays. I never understood that. But then again, I don't know, some guys just don't have the element of cleaning too.
Literally.
I don't know, some guys just like being bachelors and they're like, oh, well, my wife can clean for me later in life. And it's like, oh, I didn't know you want a second mom.
Right.
It's crazy.
That part.
Yeah.
Literally. That's good.
I know.
Yeah.
But don't worry though. She still cleans up after me sometimes. Yeah.
Of course, I'm sure you guys both do,
Yeah.
So that's good. That's a partnership.
Yes.
But that's good. And then, when do you think like you got closer to God, or?
I think it all started when I met her. I mean, she was going to church, and she was like, "Oh, like the only real way we'd be able to hang out together was when she was at church, and it was on a Sunday." No, right? I mean,
Well, yeah, like if we wanted to hang out and we were going to church that day, like the only way we could was like if you went.
yeah, and her mom did not want me to go. Mm-mm. She was like, "You brought him?" Ugh. I just like, bruh. I was like, okay. And yeah, like I'd be there, I'd be with them, and yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, when I started going to church with her, you know, at first she was just like, "Oh, what is this? It's like a cult. What is this? What's going on?" And like the church she used to go to way back in the day, kind of ended up being really weird, right? Like people were like spinning on the floor, like they're
Break
like,
dancing.
yeah, literally. Like, have you
Just
seen that
kidding.
movie, The Mummy?
The what?
The Mummy. Have you seen that movie?
I don't know.
The Mummy, like the old movie.
The Mummy?
Yeah, The Mummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you remember that part where he has like the little scarab? And he's like, oh, well, they were doing that.
Like that?
Yeah, they were like, oh, like, oh, doing like weird like spins. I was like, damn, I didn't know everyone here was possessed. But yeah, like I was just like, whoa, this is a wild, like what's going on in
I
here?
forgot about that.
Yeah, they were just wild.
Yeah,
And
it
like
was intense.
that was intense for me. And I was just like, oh yeah, like I'm starting to believe, but I was like, this is a weird way to do it. And then I remember one time, like the guy was like praying over people, and like he was like dropping them down. He's like, be blessed, whatever. Like it says a prayer over you, and he's like doing like this to drop you down.
My neck.
Oh my bad.
It cracked. It was like.
Oh, I almost killed her, but my bad. Well, like he came up to me, he said a prayer over me. He was like, and I was like, no, no. And he like got to the point where he like punched my chest. He was like, oh, go down. And I was like, oh, okay, fine, dang. I was like, bro. And he's like, there we go. The power compelled you finally. I was just like, what?
You knocked me over?
Literally, I was like, you took my wind out, but okay. Yeah, that's when I started to like, okay. Like I got closer to him, but I was like, the way that church did it was pretty strange. And we left that church, and we came to Gateway, right? Or back then it was Celebration. And yeah, like that community was much more tighter. To me, it felt normal, I guess, right? People would preach, and people weren't doing like barrel rolls on the ground, and yes, and it felt normal. I was like, wow, like the words they would preach here, actually, like I would listen to it, like, oh wow, like this is like something I needed to hear today.
Yeah.
And a lot of it finally started to apply, you know. I guess you can hear the word of God, but if it's not told by, I don't know if it's right to say it by the right person, or maybe I wasn't ready, but I don't know. But like when I was hearing it from Pastor Daddy and Pastor Freddie, that's when my life started to turn. And I think after my third daughter was born, that's when life kind of really started to turn around for me, because I was like, wow, like I gotta really let go of that little kid mentality and get closer to God. And I've always tried to apply God's values into my life.
That's good.
And go forward from there. But yeah, here we are today. My faith is, I feel like it's stronger today than it's ever been. And yeah, I mean, it all started as a kid. You know, I was a kid, my mom would tell me like, oh, let's pray. And I would be a kid, and I'm like, who am I praying to? But like, I'd always pray. You know, I was praying, and I remember praying for one day, like hopefully to have a girlfriend. I was like, oh God, please just give me one girl. One! And he was like, die. Boom, done. One is all you get. I was like, all right, cool, this will work. And yeah, and like I was praying, but like I didn't know what I was praying to as a kid, you know? And then I guess it evolved into what it is today, you know, full faith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, me too. I feel like my parents, well, my mom especially, even like as little kids and stuff, like I feel like they always taught us to like pray, and like they always like taught us about God. So
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, us too. I think growing up, I would pray all the time, like before going to bed and stuff. So that's good. But we got to pass it down to our children.
I know. Have you ever felt like you had you've been protected your whole life?
I feel like, yeah.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. I remember when I got pregnant in Mexico with my first daughter. So I would always walk by myself, and this place is one of the most dangerous spots in Mexico, like
Okay.
Mexico
Sinaloa?
City. No, imagine. No. Well, it's the state of Mexico, el Estado de Mexico. But
Okay.
and people would always tell me stories like, be careful because by the middle school they like mug someone, and then I'm like, I always walk by myself, and I was pregnant and by myself. I would walk hella far, and like I never saw anything, thank God. And I've always thought that God was protecting me because everybody's like, oh, like they just pulled out a gun on my son, like they mugged him, and I'm like,
You were eating your chips. That's
I'm
great.
like, you know, with
Your
my
hot
chicharrón, my elote. You're like, what?
What? I just got this from over there. They didn't rob me.
I missed it.
Yeah.
Oh, next time.
I know, el chisme. I'm just kidding. No, and like, I mean, over there, when you go, obviously they can tell you're not from there because of your accent. Never, nothing ever
that's
happened to
true,
me, thank
yeah.
God. So yeah, I know God protects me for sure.
That's good.
And sometimes we don't even see it until after. You're like, dang.
Yeah.
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 Very
You won't see it sometimes till like months or years later. You're like, wow, I was really being protected. Like, wow, that's wild.
Yeah. But
You never were mugged though in Mexico, right?
no,
No?
nothing has ever happened to me, thank God.
No, that's good.
Yeah, no. That's why when people are like, oh, you're not scared to go, and I'm like, no, nothing's ever happened to me, and I've just heard stories, but yeah.
Yeah, with her, you too. No? You went through a lot as a teenager, and you survived a lot, and you were protected up throughout pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Like you don't have no like I'm glad no one here has like intense trauma stories, right? We're like, oh yeah, like I was going to 7-Eleven and shot in the leg.
I imagine.
You know?
No.
Oh my God, no. Yeah.
What about you?
I was almost mugged once, I think. It was funny. I was walking down the street. It was like the first day of 9th grade, I think. Or I think it was like, I don't know, somewhere in 9th grade. And it was like the first early days of school. And then I was wearing a blue flannel, my jeans, and blue shoes. And I looked like legit, like, I don't know, I guess I looked like a Crip gang member. Bro, I don't know. I was just looking the part somehow. And I think you heard me tell this story with Miko once. He was dying. And then, I was walking home. And I just had my bag. I was just minding my own business. Like, you remember those little MP3 players, the little Sandis? I was listening to that, and that thing had a little battery. I didn't remember. And the battery was dying. And I was walking down the street, and these two dudes are coming across from me, and I recognized one. One of them I went to school with. And I was like, oh, I know that guy. That guy's like Cedric, I think his name is, but I didn't put it in mind. And then they stopped right in front of me, and they saw me in my tracks, and they were like, "What you got on my 40?" And I was like, "Huh?" I was like, "What?" They were like, "What you got on my 40?" And instantly, I'm like, I'm about to get robbed. And I turned Australian, and I was like, "What happened, Mike? What's going on?"
Not the Australian.
Oh, literally, I was like, "What's going on?" What? I turned British, Australian. I was like, "Mike, what?" And they were like, "What you got on my 40?" And that fool like had a big question mark on his head, like, "What?" And I was just like, "I don't have anything, Mike." And he was like, "Okay." And they just walked away. And I was walking home. I was like, what did I do? I was more mad at myself. I'm like, damn, I just changed ethnicity or something. I was like, I just changed nationality. I went home all mad. I was like, oh, I didn't even try to defend myself. I just decided to be someone else today. I'm over here crocodile hunter, bro. Oh my God. I was so ashamed. And I think my brothers were home. Or my mom and my dad, they're like, how was school? And I was like, whatever. I was just like, it was okay. I don't even think I got mugged. I just don't know what happened. I think I got punked. And I was just like, bruh.
You punked yourself,
I
babe.
really punked myself, bro. I was like,
Yeah, did you get punked or did they?
I don't know. I think they were just like, looking at me, they're like, what's wrong with this guy? And I was like, all right, I'll see you in computer class tomorrow, buddy.
Okay.
I was like, damn. Oh my God. Then I saw him in school later on. I was just like, Teen crumpets, mate.
Oh my
You know, I just want to offer him like tea and biscuits.
You're like,
Oh.
they were like, I thought he was Hispanic.
I know. I thought that guy was Mexican. I was like, not even close. Your boy's from England. Oh my god. And the only reason I think I did that is because I was watching this one movie and like it was in British, and I guess like that's what came into my mind because it was about some British gangsters, and I was like, I try to be hella hard in some other country. I don't know.
Dude, I'm gonna
Mega fail.
I think I'm gonna do that if I ever feel like I'm in danger.
Start get a Chinese dialect. What? Oh, I don't know.
Not the Chinese.
Snap your neck.
Karate chop your ass.
Legit like this. Filleted. Oh yeah. You know what's crazy? I've only told her and my other friend this story because it's like a story that like haunted me because I was like my first time getting mugged, I guess, and I decided to be like a whole ass like Australian. Ah, dude.
Absolutely
For
not.
life. I know, I was so mad at him. I didn't even watch TV that night. I just went straight to bed when I went home.
Dude, that saved you from getting mugged.
I guess, right? And God was just like, I guess that's what we're doing today. I was gonna protect you, but okay, never mind. You did it yourself.
Kind of embarrassing, eh?
I know. Oh my god.
That's cool though.
It was traumatic because like I was like, bro, like in all of our seriousness, the guy was tall. Like I was like 6'5". He was towering me. I was a freshman, and the other guy in my class, this dude, he was like my height, but like this dude was pretty. He was pretty built, I think. He was able to beat my ass, and I was like a kid that had never been in a fight. I still haven't been in a fight to this day. And I was like, oh yeah, these guys are gonna turn me into like biscuit, dude. Like
With one punch.
like legit, just me like slept.
Oh heck
I was
no.
like, hopefully they don't steal my pussy. But no. Yeah, that day I felt protected.
What are struggles that you both had to fight through at first? And what are things you're still working on or struggling with?
I think when we got together, I was extremely insecure. And that affected us for so long. Because I would always ask her, are you leaving me? And like, I'd like, just like, you know, like, oh, like, what's it called?
I mean,
Am I not good enough? That's what I always thought to myself, you know, it's like, and I'd piss myself off. And I'd get myself riled up with those insecure thoughts. And then I'd pick a fight. And that was so toxic. It was so toxic of me.
and not just you. I mean, me too. Me as well. Like, I have like a horrible temper, and we were both like young. We were both kids. I was 17. He was 18.
Yeah. And then we had a daughter.
Yeah, with a newborn.
Yeah.
I mean, being young and being together is hard, and then you throw in a baby. It's like,
Yeah, and then like trying to like be financially smart when it's like all you want to do is just to kind of be a kid.
Yeah.
It's like you have all those things fighting in your head. And since I wasn't in her, like we both weren't like, we just weren't mature, you know, and we weren't really established enough in each other and to work things out. And we just, like I said, we weren't mature enough to know to talk things out.
Yeah.
So we just fight it out.
and we didn't have God either.
Yeah.
Because back then we stopped going to church.
Yeah, we stopped going. It was a good time we stopped going. I forgot about that. You know, and I used to think like, oh, like that's where I started to like kind of like doubt God, and I was like, I became very worldly. I guess is the word, right? Where you kind of just melt into the world and you fall into its vices, and you don't end up wanting to be a bad person, but it's like you kind of just love the world so much, you know. You
Yeah.
don't care.
Yep.
Yeah, but something we're working on today. That's what the question was, right?
Yeah.
What's the struggle to today? What do you think?
Can you repeat the question?
What is a struggle like? Let me see. Sorry. Technical difficulties. It says, what are things you're still working on or struggling with?
As like a couple. Something that we struggle with.
I know that one's a little bit deeper, so you guys don't have to.
I feel like I would say like maybe, well, me personally, maybe like me delivering stuff. Like now we talk about stuff, but maybe I could like deliver it in a different way.
Okay.
So maybe like better, because we have good communication, maybe better communication.
Yeah. Okay.
I think so too, because for me, I was talking about this with her the other day. Like, it's really hard for me to truly express how I feel inside, because I feel like, you know how you show how you feel, but sometimes there's like layers, right? Like an onion, and it's like there's that root, that center. It's like that's the hardest part for me to actually like reveal,
Yeah.
because it's like I don't like to. When I was born, it's always just like kind of, when I was raised, it was kind of just like, God, give it to yourself and just kind of like water away.
So do you think because you're a man, you know, because of that, ¿cómo se llama?
Stoic nature, I guess.
Yeah, like do you
Yeah.
think because of that?
Yeah, because I mean, growing up, it was one thing. And I guess as I started to work in the field I'm in, I turned into, I mean, the best way to say it is just a hard ass, because it's like, you gotta learn to literally suck it up. You have to. And all the guys that you're working under, they're always just tell you like, oh, like, just eat your feelings. Just around guys that like, in the generation I guess I worked with, those guys were like treated really bad. And that, unfortunately, their generational curses stuck with me, I guess. Not their generational curse, but their generational hurt. And that passed with me, and it turned me into a sour person. And I didn't realize it, you know? It's like being in anything, you know? It's like hanging around with a certain crowd enough, and they start to rub off on you.
Yeah.
And that's what sucked, is like, I worked with people that were just very sour their whole life. I was working with guys. One guy I was working with, his wife was sick, and he was cheating on her, and he was going to visit her. And this other guy I worked with, like, was a drug dealer. And this guy I worked with hated his life, and he hated his whole family. And they, like, all those influences, all those super negative influences just rub off on you. And you're like, oh, man, I'm not like you. I'm not like you. I'm not like you. But what happens is you slowly start to pick up that energy.
Yeah.
And you turn into you know, and you kind of start to really shut down. You're like, oh, damn, like, I really don't want to become anybody. So it's like, oh, let me just eat my emotions and kind of just be the person I am today.
And like what I meant about the being a man thing, because, you know, what do they say? Like, oh, boys don't cry, men don't cry. And it's like, I don't like that, because then it creates like, you know, your mental health like goes to shit, I feel like. And like, for example, me and Faby, like, I feel like I can tell her, like, you with your friends, are you able to like express yourself? Because with Faby, if I ever like feel like shit, I tell her, and she's like, no, dude, sometimes I feel like that too. Or do you as men do that too?
No, because as men, I mean, I think you can around a certain friend, right? Like, but it's like even with your boy, like your boyfriends, right? Your guy friends, you feel like you never do want to reveal weakness, because it's like, oh, I don't want to look weaker than somebody, you know, and I never want people to think I'm this low in life. And I don't know, that's how I feel. It's like guys don't really want to reveal their emotions to anybody, even if they're best as friends, because it's like, I don't know, it's just that, I guess that feeling is like, oh, I never want no one to know I'm this low.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'd rather just suck it up like the man I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
And just keep pushing through. And yeah, it's true. Like how you said, like, men should cry. It's true. Because I feel like if you're a guy and you force yourself to like not really feel your feelings, I guess is the best way to say it. Like if you're feeling dread, or if you're feeling like sadness, and you just decide to hide it, all of it just eventually turns into just anger. Anger, it becomes the default emotion, because it's like you're not able to express yourself, so you just get angry. Or you get depressed.
Yeah, and I feel like for example, my dad, like growing up, he acted tough with everybody, but with me, I would see him cry. Like he would like he opened up to me. And I think like, you know, some people don't like that because maybe it's like traumatizing kids, but I feel like he showed me a different side. Like, you know, like men do have feelings, and but obviously with other people, he was like a tough ass, and not with me, you know. I know. So I think And it sucks as like I feel like that sucks for you guys as men because it's like at least we get to like vent to each other, our friends, or But growing up, I feel you because I feel like my mom was always busy with like 2, 3 jobs, and because she was a single mom, and like she didn't really come to each individual kid and be like, oh, how was your day? And like we didn't get to express our emotions, so it became anger. So I was always an angry kid. So now that you're saying that, you're like, I'm like, yeah, that's right. Like, dang, all that, what is it, suppressed or
Suppressed emotions.
Emotions. It was all anger. I was always like arguing with my mom, like, because I feel like she never had time for us individually. Obviously, she was a single mom. Now I get it, but back then I'm like, dude, she never has time for us. And like, all I wanted to do, or like to get attention, was me arguing and being angry and stuff like that. So,
yeah, it's kind of just like a cage dog theory, It's like keep a dog in a cage and all day long in there, it's gonna feel. He's gonna be like, oh, I can't do anything. So it's like I'm just gonna get mad.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with our emotions. Keep everything down in a box and you keep closing it. You're not gonna feel anything except anger because it's like the default emotion. It's like, oh, how are you? He's like, dude, leave me alone.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what's wrong? It's like, well, because that person's hiding their emotions so much. That's how they're gonna react.
Exactly.
Or they just don't have somebody to. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't have that certain someone to to talk to, and that's what sucks.
Yeah, and with like, for example, with Delilah, I let her express her emotions to me, and like, sometimes people don't like how she approaches me and stuff, but I let her be like that because I feel like growing up, I didn't have that with my mom, so. She expresses herself. Obviously, I'm not gonna let her, disrespect me, but I let her express herself. But, yeah. And real quick, I was gonna ask you earlier. Did you guys feel like you guys grew up with like Penny, or like because we were young having kids? Like I had Delilah at 18, so I feel like we grew up together.
We're children having children.
Literally.
Yeah. And back then it's so crazy because I feel like back then I felt grown. But now I look at it and I'm like, dude, I was still a kid.
Same.
And that's what the thing is. When you're a kid, you're like, I'm grown. I'm the daddy. You're like, I have it all under control. And it's like, man, you're way out of it. Like
you're a fucking teenager.
Exactly. Like you're nowhere near it. But you obviously being a hard-headed ass kid, you think you have it all thought down. It's like you really don't.
And you know what? My little sister, shout out Valeria. I know she watches us. Not to throw you under the bus or anything, but she was just saying yesterday, she's like, I'm mature. And I was like, Valeria, you're not. But when you're at that age, I remember, I see myself in her because she's just like me, like how I was. And I thought I was freaking mature. And now I'm like, bro, you weren't shit.
I know.
But eventually she'll realize it. We all have to go through that. But
that frontal lobe has to get
this
developed.
Hasn't developed all the way yet.
25, eh?
Yeah, I know.
So you're 25, Valeria.
I know.
But
what happens is they just gotta go through life. It's like, dude, like, you feel mature yet? All right, cool. Go through life for like 10 more years and let me know where you're at.
But we have to go through it,
Yeah.
Like,
it's just how it is. Like every kid has to go through it. Like every kid's gonna be hard headed. Every other kid's gonna think they know it all. It's like, all right, buddy, let me just throw you out of life and see how you really are.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all we have for this week.
Yes.
Thank you, Ronnie, for joining us.
Yes. I think this episode was really deeper.
Yeah.
And I loved it. But thank you so much for being our guest.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me. I hope you come back.
Absolutely.
And we'll have a lot more stories. As you guys know, I have millions of stories for you.
I know. That story was a good one.
Yeah.
Yes. Comment down below if you want Ronnie back. But thank you guys for being here. And we'll see you next week.
Yay.
Bye.
Cheers, fam.